Hello, 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 hello. Paula Digital Granny here. Nice to see you this day, this wonderful sunny. It is sunny here in Texas today. So I don't know where you are. Drop that in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. Then if this is the first time watching, drop me a new in the comments and where it is that you're watching from. I am a Canuck who lives in Texas. I'm a mama of 5. I have 3 homeschoolers and 2 adults, and I work from home, work from my phone. I love what I do, and you can do this too. That's why I get on here and I talk about this. So before we get started, a few of my favorite things, okay? Some of my favorite things. These are a few of my favorite things, just like the song goes, these are a few of my favorite things. Okay, these are a few of my favorite things while I'm opening up some stuff over here. If you don't know anything about this, I will go over everything today. That's what I do. I do deep dives on here. If you are new to me, then this is what I do. 100% profit of numbers like this, 100, 300, 600, and 900, because I promote 4 programs. These are the 4 different programs. I am here to show you and tell you about this, help you to get started, teach you what you can do from your phone in 2 hours a day. So Legacy Builders is the #1 selling program. There's Digital Mastery, Passive Daily Pay, and Launchpad. Okay, so back to this list, and I'm going to pull up the community because I'm going to show you the community in a little bit. And I'll briefly show you my community as well. Because of this program, I learned that I can make my own community. But this is a beginner program for beginners. Okay, it is based on a 2-hour workday. I can't stand this. Based on a 2-hour workday, there is no cold calling. We are not chasing people. It's not MLM. When it's 100%, it's not MLM. No degree, no experience, 24-hour automated system. This guy right here does all the heavy lifting, does the selling. I just simply come on here, share, and tell you how this has actually saved my life, me and my kids. Okay, so November 2022, I suffered a mini stroke. My husband never showed up. There was no texts, no calls. It was crickets. There was nothing. Thank God there was no damage done for me, like up here. But it did bring to light that those work trips were not work trips. And that is what left a family of 5 stuck, stranded. Okay. So that is what started this journey, the work from home search. And I started doing that. And then started doing the dash because I knew the dash was real. I knew I could bring kids with me as a homeschooling mom. That was important. And I started doing that, but I was struggling bad, like putting the gas in the car. Obviously, this is not something where you're just doing it as a side hustle. People do that as a side hustle, not as a full-time thing. I did it full time because I couldn't find anything. So we were doing 40 plus hours a week. And I find this is a good little example. Okay. So I was doing 40 plus hours a week, doing the dash 40 plus hours a week. I don't know. Yeah, I got it the right way. 40 plus hours. And I was putting the gas in there to go and do it. This was what I would get per month. Now, what I do now is I work from home. Okay. Actually, I work from my phone. So I can take my phone and go anywhere. Okay. But that was the dash. Work from home is 2 hours a day. 2 hours a day. And let me tell you something. Sunday night at 11:30 at night, this came in. Monday morning at 9 a.m., this came in. In under 12 hours, I had the same thing. I had the same thing that I worked 40 plus hours for. 40 plus hours. And this is 2 customers of our #1 selling program. It is crazy to me there are so many ways to actually make money online. And the only reason I bring this up is because I can't believe I get to do what I get to do. This is a blessing. This is something I had been praying day and night when I was doing the dash. God, please help. We dreaded it. And when I say I dreaded it, but I didn't know a way out. I couldn't figure a way out. I couldn't plan a way out. There was no way out. And I was actually like, how am I going to get a second thing? Because I don't have a degree. I don't have experience. I don't have what these people were looking for. And I couldn't really, like, I pretty much was not going out. Okay. Like I lost my truck and my job in the same day. So I don't know if I even said that already, but I was doing that dash, lost my truck and my job in the same day. And this girl was talking on TikTok, and she was talking about how she was working from home. She was a homeschooling mom, talked about God, and then she talked about making boatload of money. I did what many people would do, in that I scrolled right past, because as soon as you hear a boatload of money, too good to be true. You know what? That's what I thought too. I was wrong. I can tell you when I'm wrong. I make mistakes all the time. I am not perfect. By far, I am not perfect. But so the second time, like the first time I saw her, I was still doing the dash, still driving. But when I saw her again, I didn't have the truck and I didn't have the JOB. So I listened. I asked her 3 questions. Can I do this from home? Yes. Do I have to get on a phone? No. Do I have to have experience or a degree? She said no and no. And I said, good, let's go. What is this? I did not care about putting money down. I didn't care about, now, did I have it? No, I didn't. I had to pray again. I was like, God, if I'm supposed to do this, then you need to make a way, because I didn't even have a credit card to my name. I didn't have any credit cards. I didn't have a way. God made a way. And some people will do a side hustle. Some people actually will do the dash, which I find humorous. But they'll do the dash to, come up with the money or whatever. Where there's a will, there's a way. That is an old saying, and it is very true. And if you're tired of being stuck like I was, I didn't know that this existed. So I'm going to walk you guys through this in no more than another 20 minutes, because I like to keep these around a half hour. So these right here are some of my favorite things. This is the automated system right there. That does the selling. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Now, before I get started, I am going to share some of the wins in our community. So you want to screenshot that. This is something that I do always in the beginning, so that people know we're not guaranteeing. Nobody, to me, it seems like just common sense. Nobody would ever guarantee anything. So, but screenshot that if you like. We can't guarantee. That would be like saying going to the gym. I guarantee that you're going to lose this much weight. Nobody can do that. So it's the same thing to me. I don't know why you got to show that stuff, but I'll show it because that is something you learn in the program. Now, let's talk about this 2-hour workday quickly. What is it? What do we do? So I break this down for you as simple as possible as a beginner. If you are willing to learn and willing to work, this is what we do. It is a 2-hour workday. If you are on more than one platform, I love this platform. So I do more than 2 hours. I started on TikTok. Okay. I started on TikTok. My son's asking how the dog's doing. I'll have to answer him after. I'm babysitting a dog today. Okay. And I would show you, but the camera will not pan that way. So, my son is 23 and his dog is how old? 5 weeks or something.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to leave the dog at home by itself. So I was like, okay, what do I have to do? Because I don't have any dogs. I don't have dogs. This is a no pet zone. Okay. It is a no pet zone. But anyways, the dog is cute. It's small and it sleeps a lot. So I'm like, okay, no problem. So 2 hours. We create 3 pieces of content. You will learn in the program how to create the content. You will follow step by step on how to do this. Now, that content we promote educational programs. That's what we do as a beginner. There's so much more that you can do, but as a beginner, just looking to make the green stuff, just looking to work from home, then this is beginner friendly. This just requires two things: that willingness to learn and the willingness to work. Now, it is important to be consistent. So when we say 2 hours a day, you got to do it. You have to post the content. Now, why do you have to post the content? Because that's part of how you make your income. Now, a half hour posting free ads. So let me go back to the content. You're creating videos, okay, or unless you're on TikTok. On YouTube, it would be shorts. You're going to create shorts videos. So under a minute. I find that anything over a minute, it gets a little questionable. I would never create content over 2 minutes, especially on this platform, like for the shorts, okay? Under a minute usually does well for me. And then if you were on a different platform, some other platforms like TikTok, okay, because I'm on TikTok, the short ones do good. Not too short, though. I would say probably, I don't know. You could do content 10 seconds, 20 seconds, up to 2 minutes on TikTok, but around the minute mark is usually good. So that's what you're doing. You'll learn how to create the videos inside of the program. That is the major part right there. That's where the learning comes in, okay? Creating the content. There is framework that we follow. The next half hour, you're posting free ads. What is that? Basically, that's taking an example. We have an example inside of the community. You can take that and you can make it into your own words. And then what you're going to do is you're actually going to post that on there's 200 high traffic websites inside of our program. Choose a bunch of them. Post to as many as you can within that half an hour time period. And then the last half hour is simply responding to comments. That is it. This is not rocket science. Anybody can do what I do, okay? Anyone 18 to 80 plus, no degree, no experience, just a willingness to get out of that situation that you're in. If you're struggling, if you're looking for a way to actually make money online that's real and legit, and you're willing to put in the effort and willing to learn, this could be for you. So that's the 2 hours, okay? Be sure if you're watching this, do me a favor to drop me a couple of hearts to let me know maybe where you're watching from. Drop in a replay if you're watching this replay and where you're watching from. Now, I showed you those were the programs. This is actually my community that I learned that I could make inside of the program. So I didn't do that until January. I've been making money at this for 10 months now. No, 8 months. I've been in it for 10, making money online for 8 months. I love what I do. This is the easiest side hustle you've never heard of, because I never heard of it either until you come upon somebody talking about it. So let me talk about that 10K. Where do you guys get that 10K from? Inside of our program right now, there is actually a 0 to 30K, the ultimate 90-day business growth spurt. Okay, let me screen share with you for a minute. I'm going to do this one, and we're going to do audio, and there we go. So see this right here, 0 to 30K. Now, this is something, oops, sorry. Hold on a minute. I went to the wrong screen. So this is something now I have not watched them all. Guilty, but don't tell anybody. So you can watch every single one of these. Every single day, she does give you a little video every day. Here's an example of one. Day 89, this is part of it, right? So we're going to start a new one in a couple of days. But why does she talk about that? I'm going to show you why. Really? Oh, I'm sorry for hitting the mic. Okay, so let's do this. All right, let me show you. Why 10K? I'm going to show you why 10K. Because this is absolutely possible. when you're promoting a high price point in demand program. Our number one selling program is the 900. So if you got 12 customers, that would be your month. Let me hide this for a second. Let me leave that. Okay. So if you got 12 customers of that number one selling program, which is the Legacy 2.0, 12 customers, that would be your month. Now, this is absolutely a goal. This is something that is achievable. There are people making double that inside of the community. We have 107 six-figure income earners. We have 18 millionaires in South African rands. This was my first 5 in a row customers. 5 in a row. That is our number one selling program. And I can, what's the word I'm looking for? Testify to that. Because that is my experience. That is what happened for me. So this is why we have that. Now, I don't know what that would do for you, but let's do the math on this. That is, okay, this is why there are 107 six-figure income earners, people that showed up that were willing to learn and willing to work. That in 12 months, you know, when they're hitting that, usually in about 6 to 7 months, if they're going to hit it. That is crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. As a former doing the dash, there's no way that I would even come near that doing the dash. Heck, I was right there. That was me doing the dash. No, look at the difference of that. Isn't that crazy to you? It's crazy to me. So let me show you. Now, what do you learn in here? Each one of these programs, let's bring it back up. Each one of these programs teaches you marketing skills. Each single one of these, okay? Now, let's go back here. These programs, all 4 of them, let's say you purchase the Legacy 2.0. That means you get to promote all 4. You would have all 4 of them on your website. There is a one-time $39 website fee. There are no monthly fees. Any program you choose, you actually get that one and the ones underneath it. So if you choose the Legacy, then you get all 4. Choose the Digital Mastery, then you get 3. You learn marketing skills. Again, I will say that. That's what you're going to learn. You're going to learn how to turn around and promote these with the master resale license that you get as a beginner. Turn around and promote these. That's what you're going to do. Now, after, when you're started in this and you start to learn, you can actually learn about, in this one, how to make your own community. I did that. I showed you my community. In this one, you can learn about affiliate marketing the smart way. I did that. I actually took 2 affiliates and put them in the description in every single video. That is truly passive income because I put that description, that affiliate link, one time in each of my videos. Like, no, not one time. 2 affiliate links in one description, because when I upload a video, it automatically goes there. But I only did that one time. Do you see what I'm saying? So it goes every single time I upload a video, both of those affiliates are there. I don't do any more work. And when I start to get that come in, it's like passive. Do you understand? So it doesn't matter. I don't really put it out there. I allow people to go to that if they're doing it using the same software. If they want to know what software I use for this, then they would click on that. If they want to know, how do I come up with titles, then they would click on the other one. It's there. I don't sit there and talk about it, but that is there. And it truly is passive. Now, these, we do work the 2 hours a day, okay? We do work the 2 hours a day. If you are on more than one platform, you would have to put a little bit more time depending on what you're doing and where you're going. Now, that is the basis of those, okay? Now, let me take you and show you what the programs, hold on. All right. So right here, View all my products. I'm going to show you. I don't know why my 2.0s are not in there, but they're supposed to be. I'll have to find out why they're not. Because we upgraded. I am a licensed reseller. Okay. Now legacy is there. I get all the programs because I have legacy. So they're all here and you can just go in there, and I've done a lot of these, but because we upgraded, it doesn't show that you did them. But if I go backwards and I go to the old one, you'll see they're all, so you go through this and choose what you want to look at. Okay. So it's all there. Now, let me get out of there and let me show you that's on a platform called Kajabi. This is where our community is. We have 52,000, as you can see here. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Okay. Now we have wins. You can click on wins. She says 71.5K in 6 weeks and 2 days. You can see this yourself. And it says, okay, well, let me explain something first. Wins can be spiritual, financial, physical, anything that somebody deems to be a win. Okay. So it's whatever they want to put on here. 5 sales. Look, it's only 5 sales. This 12 sales. 12. See this? 12. Okay. So when you look at that, I know the money, you're like, wow, that's a lot, but it's not a lot of sales. You see, which is awesome. She's got 440 leads. That is awesome. 100 sale in the middle of the night, getting engagement, crazy live. They're live. Wow, their first 10K. There you go. This is a really good example of exactly what we're saying. So first 10K 18 months ago, they started as a complete beginner. Since then, shown up every single day, gradually growing every month, focused on mastering the skills one at a time. Plugged into training, took action, continued to be the student learning every day. Never gave up, and now they just hit a huge milestone. Their first 10K month. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that for them. Oh, this is me. Forgot. It's here. So 18 and under 12, I post that so that people know my story. If they want to share my story, they can share my story. And this is only 2 customers. 2 customers. So that's me. Leads, win for me. First post, getting leads, forever thankful. Automation. This is what's important here. Oh, I messed it. Automation. That right there, Granny's getting paid. That's my automated system, and you would have an automated system too. So, gosh, people are starting. We have 52,000. Okay, so you could go through the wins forever, but let's go back. I'm going to show you my community. This is my community that I made. All right. And what I do in here is a little different than the main thing. So this is mine. It is for small businesses or small businesses who want to learn how to do things themselves. And also, so the people are a little different, but it's also for the people that purchase any kind of digital program like we do. Okay. So I give some other stuff inside of here. How to make digital products, learn about drop shipping. A friend of mine came in. This is just another way for me to actually get out there. But my friend did a blog. Now, that's there. You could start your own community. These are different ways you can make money. Now, this one too, for my community, if you join my community, which is $47 a month. It's a private paid community. If you join, you can actually refer other people, and then you could get your own income from this. You'll get 40% per person that stays. So it's an opportunity for you to actually make money. Now, I do a meeting I changed it from 11 to 11:30 every week. So that's my community. And I learned how to do that community through this program. That's not something you have to do. You do not have to do that at all. But these are options, okay? These are things that you can do if you want to. So I've gone over everything. If you have questions, just go to Granny's Getting Paid. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to follow. If you want to join me on a live, I would invite you to join me on a live. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, for sure at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Thursdays, I'm not available. Tuesdays, it depends on, we do have our Legacy 2.0 meeting that day with the Millionaire Mama. So most of those days I won't be able to make. But Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, for sure right here. And I should update that. So if you have any questions, just go to Granny's Getting Paid and you will actually see the video from the founder and go back to your email and you can actually send me an email with your questions. Go look in your promo and your trash just in case it went there and email me any questions you have. I will gladly help you get started. Start doing this. Don't sit and wait. One of the biggest regrets I hear is that people sat and waited on this. I didn't do that, but I'm kind of like an all or nothing. And I'm so happy that I didn't do that. I'm so happy I didn't wait. I love what I do. You can do this too, and I can help you. Okay. Have a blessed day.